Yo, 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 this is Dynamq. Big up the Godfather. Keep it real. Bless up my brother. Skylineradio.org.uk. You don't know. Keep it lock.
Dynamq.
Yo, blessings.
Yes, brother. Manners and respect, sir. Are you close to England? Are you in which part of the world are you right now?
I'm in Rome right now.
Okay. Any particular reason why you're in Rome right now?
Well, I have a dance here. Tonight, and then on Sunday I'll be in Turin. So doing 2 dances in Italy before the World Clash.
Okay. So you're doing your thing like many other sounds who are part of the last of the World Clash, coming up next 2 weeks time from now on the 1st of May, Birmingham. The last time we spoke, we had a good conversation last time. So for those who have never heard it, they can always go into the Mixcloud to hear that again. But how's things for you since the last time we spoke, and also during that 2 years of COVID-19?
Not bad, man. I'm just hanging in there, just trying to keep my head above the water, and staying positive.
Yeah. Looking forward to the clash.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Not only the clash, but just the UK audience, because as I was telling Muma V, watching all the UK Cup clashes and everything, man. UK's been a crowd that I definitely been looking forward to,
Okay.
And now I'm here.
Okay. So you've never performed in England before then?
No, I mean I came to visit, but I've never performed like as a clash selector. So this is like a dream come true for me, man.
Yeah, many of the fans and many of the dancehall fans are looking forward to this event, especially because it's the last one of its kind, and a lot of work has gone in from Irish in Chin and also Valerie as well, and a lot of people here are looking forward to this event on the 1st of May. Yeah. I'm really hoping this is not the last one, to be honest. Like, even though yes, it's billed as the last one ever, but I just feel like sounds like me and the Warriors, yes, we've been playing for quite some time, but not on a worldwide level like this. So I'm feeling this is the beginning of a new era that we need to kind of keep it going, Yeah, in terms of all the world sounds getting together, it's something that we need to speak to the organizers about the future plans after this event to see where does it go from here, because obviously 20 odd years Irish and Chin have been doing this, and the chance for us to listen to other sounds around the world. Will there be anybody else taking up that profile? I don't know,
man. And yes, I get it, the Black Cats, the Troopers, and the Mighty Crowns, but they've definitely opened up the doors for us to come in. We have to keep it going, and the only way to do it is, I think May 1st is going to be such a perfect event. It's going to be like passing the torch, even though yes, it's the final event, but there has to be something after. This can't be it, brother. It has to be something else. Man.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying the same thing as well. Even talking to some of the fans in my own town, said, well, something must still go on. There's 1 or 2 clashes still going on.
Because look at the amount of dope we voice and the amount of money we spend on dope. We can't just go fling that under a basement somewhere. We have to put it to use, man.
Yeah.
And hats off to Irish and Chin and Lady V for literally holding the biggest clash stage of our life. This is, imagine 50 years from now, whether you win or lose, you can still look back and say, yo, Bridget, I was a part of that, whether as a clash, whether as a fan attending it,
That's
it's
true.
one of those, it's like, when people talk about the great Pele playing, the great Maradonas, they were at the stadium, those moments, and I feel like we as Clash fans sometimes we fail to understand we are living in historic moments.
That's right. That's right.
The conversation we're gonna be having is, do you remember we waited for World Clash there was a pandemic, and then Birmingham, May 1st. It's crazy enough. May 1st is a date that nobody's ever gonna forget. You know, May 1st, 2022, Birmingham. Remember that? So you feel me?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm going for me coming from literally nowhere. Growing up in a refugee camp. I never thought in my wildest dreams, I would be one of the headliners for the biggest clash stage.
Mm-hmm.
Me as a man, literally 10 years ago, I used to take the bus to go watch World Clash and drink my bottle of water the whole night because we can't afford certain things,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But now I'm on an interview with you as one of the big. You see me? So if anybody can take this away from the Clash, not even as a Clash selector, but anything you're doing in life.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? As you just mentioned, as a refugee and catching the bus to go to the dances.
Yeah.
What changed that for you to be inside the camp? What happened?
Well, the civil war in my country. I'm from South Sudan,
Mm-hmm.
When you have a civil war, it's like what's happening in Ukraine. You can't leave Ukraine. You have to move, you have to go to the next country.
Mm-hmm.
Some people ran away. Some people jump on, cars and whatnot, heading that direction. So we all scattered all over, just running out leaving the country. And then it's like when you get to the next country now, okay, what now? So the next country was, they give us a place to settle down as refugees. It's a big fence place. That's where we live, the refugee camps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, and we have to literally just figure things out. Imagine you and your family being thrown in the middle of a desert somewhere in Saudi Arabia, and the only thing you have is a fence around you. So you go ahead and figure things out,
Yes.
And that's why I'm very, very passionate about this refugee. It to me is beyond music. I'm not even supposed to be here, brother.
Eh?
I'm not even supposed to be here alive, just even talking to you because of the things I've been through,
Okay.
So that's why we have to heal up man like Chin and them for giving a youth an opportunity to African youth, brother.
So tell me, when was the first time you took stage for Irish in Chin? What platform was that? Who was you playing at the time?
That was US Rumble 2018.
Okay.
And big up man like Jamie I from Young Hawk, because you see this industry, more time a lot of people have this thing called everybody's bad mind, but not everybody's bad mind. There's some brethren that kick back and say, "You Dynamq, go on, give it a try." And Jamie, I had a clash with Jamie from Young Hawk in Nigeria, and he killed me at the clash in Nigeria. But the fight when we give him say, "Nah man, you're bad. You ever thought about Irish and Chin, Rumble series?" My answer was like, "Yo, Chin no bother with me, African, them time they living in Kansas." You know what? Yeah, that. But then again, we as human beings, sometimes we defeat ourselves before starting, right?
That's true.
And funny enough, it was our flight connection was at Heathrow, and he called Chin on WhatsApp while we were having lunch. He said, "Yo, Chin, are you still looking for sounds for the US Rumble?" Yeah, He said, I have a brethren of mine. He lives in Kansas City. He's an African. He said, "What? An African in Kansas City?" He said, "Yeah, man, him bad, man, him ready." Chin was like, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes, man." "All right, then. Make you give him a try." So can he represent Kansas City? To me, I'm like, "No, man, I don't want to represent that. You're mad." Oh, we look like an African representing Kansas City. But sometime business-wise, brother, you have to think differently. That's why I rate Chin the way he thinks. He said, "Yo, Kansas City African," it became the talk of there's an African from Kansas City. But yes, he became the talk, but nobody did really pay attention. Like, "Oh, African from Kansas City. What am I gonna do?" But little did they know, there's an experience behind it. You see,
I know you talk about young York and the people you played against, but as a youngster growing up, though, and coming from where you're coming from, which sound system did you was your favorite at the time?
At the time, I grew up in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
The sound system that was there was a sound called Itation Sound. There's a sound system. The sound system I used to actually perform at as an artist was called King Lion Sounds, which is still playing until today. And then there's Shashamane, of course, and then there's a sound called Jumbo Sounds. Now, the rubber-dub sound was King Lion Sounds. That's where I kind of grew up. We had on a very, very small scale, like a sound system, artists performing on sound system back in Africa as well.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't on that level of the Jamaican and UK, but it was something.
Yeah,
it's what we had, and we worked with it.
Yes.
And funny enough, I started on a sound called Mikey Dread Sound. It was a dread, a Rastaman named Mikey. So he just called himself Mikey Dread Sound. And the only reason I was even a part of this sound is because I had the Gregory Isaacs Night Nurse tape, and they didn't have it. And I told them, if you want to, you have to let me be a part of the movement. So they just come in and
So hang about. So when you talk about Gregory Isaacs Night Nurse tape, you mean that you actually had the track, or what was it?
No, we had a cassette, the real cassette.
Okay.
That's we played cassette. Them time there's only two ways to play music. It's either cassettes or the LPs.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
you had the cassette before the album came out.
No, I had the cassette on the album cassette,
Mm-hmm.
the regular cassette.
Okay.
Itself,
Yeah.
before the CDs.
Okay.
So I had the whole Night Nurse album, and I went, we little did I know them and them went and duplicate my tape, sometimes we can duplicate. But it was such a lovely night because I'm a footballer, so me and my football brethren, then we go take in the vibe, and then it was like, oh, okay, the youth can bring in people as well. So so we just hold a vibe. But we used to walk for miles still, but at the same time, I did all of that to stay away from trouble, because.
So let's go back to the cassette. How did they get to duplicate your cassette when you had it on your possession? Did you leave it?
Well, no, but I left it. I think one of the nights I left it, and the man them say, we have a next dance tomorrow. Just forward,
Okay.
The next thing the man them have a duplicate of it,
Yeah.
But it was one of those. I joined the first night. I just became part of the team quick because I knew what I was doing.
Okay.
I knew how to mix and all of that. So and I could MC. They say, yeah, man, that you can go on, man. So. I think their plan was to record the tape and kick me out of the sound still, but
that's how you go. But talking about singing and doing all kind of stuff, you're also a singer. Yeah. You're also a singer as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and a bit of you do a lot of drama work.
I produce and also do a little bit acting. That all comes from growing up with nothing, brother. We only live once, and
right.
If you can do it now, I don't want to be the one that say, man, I wish. We don't wish nothing, brother.
Yeah.
Do it now and work on it while you can,
Well, I suppose coming from where you're coming from, obviously you've only got one chance, and the only chance is to do what you think is right. Not where we've got like England and other places, we've got different multiple choices. So we can always say if because we've got so much different choices, but when you got just one choice and one aim only, you've got to either take it or someone else will take it from you.
Bro, it's wicked out there, man. If you don't take it now, brother, you're in a serious problem.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know how the other side of the world is until they actually get into that position. But listening to you, and I know for a fact a lot of people are listening to you because a lot of people, you don't know Dynamq, but a lot of people love your style, love the way you behave. Also, admire a lot about you.
I think I know people people see me, people see Dynamq, but I'm a product of so many people. Is is so many people that depending on me to just lift up their flag. And when I mean lift up their flag, I'm talking about lift up that energy to show the world that, listen, man, we come from nothing, but we can also do something. And also you have to. I don't let this music get over my head.
Yes.
I know my purpose. I know music is a business entertainment at the end of the day, but at the same time, I have to use it to send a message out there that there's still injustice going on in the world. There's still, child marriages happening in my country that I need to also speak about. So, like, I'm glad to have such opportunities to be up here, but it's a lot more work to get done.
Okay. On that Sunday coming, obviously there's 8 other sounds, and you met 9.
Yeah.
You and Warrior are quite close in terms of playing out quite regular together.
Right.
What about the other sounds? Have you had time to, or any involvement playing the other sounds that we have here on the flyer?
Well, I lost to Mystic in the last World Clash.
Okay.
And if you ask me, if that clash was somewhere else, definitely would be a different results. But it is what it is.
Was that clash in Canada?
Yes, man, it was in Canada.
No wonder, yeah, okay, I understand.
Beat him the whole night, man. Everybody know it. The man had left the dance with beer bruises in his face, man, with a trophy still, But
okay.
But it's the great thing with that is you get to build and create new fans and new people that really believe in the movement and appreciate, like, you see that youth here, him really is really doing it from a different place. I've always said this Jamaican culture. Jamaica is such a small island that has influenced people from. You see, we have Japanese where I chat beer patois and play music, and we have Italians right now. I'm in Italy playing reggae. I think sometimes we as black people in general, we don't understand how powerful our culture is. We have dances that keep in places that me and you would never even touch, but the culture is still going. That's why when some man talk about, like, reggae music dead, I'm like, you must be out of your mind. You ever been to South Africa and hear the man them play reggae all night? Ever been to, like, all places like Russia? We have dancers. You ever seen them dancers from Japan? They're wicked, So.
Yeah, you just mentioned that, and you've seen that for yourself. A lot of the audience have never seen that. They'll have to go onto the internet to find details and information about that. But to bring it to the forefront, we don't see that. And because of the fact that here in England or America, in Jamaica, our reggae scene is so clean in terms of everybody knows everybody, we forget the other parts of the world that are struggling but listening to our music and appreciating what we have. And sometimes we take advantage of the fact that we think we have it all when other people around the world are enjoying it.
Tell you what, that's why, Rebel Salute, the one I had a shootout with Jack Scorpion, Rebel Salute,
Okay.
And it's on YouTube. I don't know if you've watched it before, but it was a nice, and big up to Tony Rebel, a very great friend of mine. And it was the first time to have a doublet showcase on Rebel Salute after 26 years of Rebel Salute, and it became the highlight of the event. Until now, everybody's still talking about it. That's the powers of sound system culture. And I told Muta Baruka was the MC, as much as everybody was like, take a vote and who win. We can't do that, man. It's bigger than just Dynamq is a winner or Jack Scorpio is a winner. We don't want to do that. There's time to build.
Yeah.
And imagine, you think about it, 26 years of Rebel Salute, and in 2021, is the first time they had a sound clash kind type of event.
Mm-hmm.
See, even we have our own events that don't include certain elements that build reggae. The sound system culture. You can't just put a selector to come play in between band sets. Nah, man. Look at the festivals in Europe. They have a whole stage of just sound systems. We need things like that.
Yeah.
We need to bring out. That's why I always say I will never ever have dub plates like the Saxon and them. Certain Jaro and them sound. But you don't hear much about them in these times. And I'm wondering, like, what really went where?
Yeah.
We have to definitely make sure we do it the right way, man.
Well, as we talk about, the Saxons and the Gyros and the Coxsons and them sounds, and as much as the Sunday coming, Meet the Legends, that's a chance for everybody to see all the legends in one place, under one roof for the first time ever,
Ever.
And a prestige occasion for all sound systems, no matter whether you're in the competition or not, and you being part of the setup as well. As a nominee, every sound on that night is a nominee history maker.
I'm looking at Bridget, me is a man when I see my name next to Tony Mataran and Mighty Crown and Ricky Tupa and Panther. How can you as a youth don't look at that as a dream come true, brother?
Yo, yeah, I hear
you. Me?
Yes, I hear you.
Think about that, brother. Dynamq from South Sudan on the same flyer as Mighty Crown, Ricky Trooper. Nah, man.
How do your peers, how do your friends and colleagues think about that?
They in a state of disbelief, man. When they first saw me on Jamra Cruise, it still hasn't sunk into their head yet. Like, this is one of our brethren, and every day I wish you could see my inbox. Every day somebody from China, from somewhere, hit me up and say, "Yo, brethren, I just come across your class. Yo, wicked, man, wicked." That is what keeps us going, man.
Yeah.
As much as on the other side, the artists them are between night and day with the dub price them, but we have to keep it going, bro.
Yeah, I was going to mention that to you. Since the pandemic, the prices have gone up since, or was it going up before the pandemic?
Price is going up every day, man. Nowadays, if you want your dub split, you have to put in $100 more.
Wow.
And now you and then here this out. You mix, like me, I'm an engineer, I mix all my dubs. Mm-hmm. And then here comes an artist that say, "No, I'm going to have my engineer mix your dubs." So it throws away the way my juggling is. And sometimes you send them a rhythm. I also build my own rhythms. I want to sound different from everybody as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the biggest dubs in the world have been played from Jaro, Bass Odyssey, Mighty Crown, Addies. They have them.
Yeah.
So what can we as young sound bring to the table? Play the same song they've been playing over 20, 30 years? We can't do that. We just have to switch something a little bit. You see it?
Mm-hmm. As much as people talk about the way that the rhythms of today are not the same in terms of foundation, it is something that we have to get used to, because without that, the youngsters of today can't live the life of the legends from that time. So we have to create something for now and the future onwards.
Because believe it or not, whatever we are doing right now, some of these artists are still going to become foundation. The young artists you see today, the Popcorn and them,
mm-hmm.
years from now, they're going to be foundation artists,
Yes. Yeah.
So we have to make, I believe in one type of music, which is good music.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how old it is. And good music will always stand out.
What's your view in terms of, we talk about music right now, in terms of, the Grammy and reggae albums? What was your thought about that when you heard about the Grammys and how it went?
Man, Soldier's album was produced by a Jamaican, by the way. You know.
Wow.
So yeah, so I think it's a half Jamaican or something. But I think it definitely recorded in Jamaica. There's no room for racism anywhere in this world. And you're hearing this from a refugee who have dealt with racism almost my entire life. Trust me, being denied because of something that you can't help is the worst feeling ever. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like music is a universal language. You know, the Jamaicans definitely have their thoughts and idea of how things should be. But at the same time, I look at it like sometimes we don't really need those Grammys, you know. Because if you ask me, one of the wickedest singer ever is Barry Salmon. He doesn't have a Grammy.
Neither does Bob Marley.
Neither does Bob Marley. Yeah.
Not even the great night nurse you woke up and down with didn't have one either, did he?
That's what I'm saying. So when you look at it, a Grammy, does it really weigh something to us, the people that we feel the music? Not really. It's nice to be recognized, yes, but brother, you know, let's celebrate our people the way we are used to it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, at least this is one area where, you know, when it comes to originality in terms of sound system, there's no country around the world can actually copyright sound system where it belongs to the Jamaicans and the sound system element, and this is something that
but I think it's the same ideology of what people trying to make it look like Afrobeat is trying to replace reggae.
Yeah, but here I'm Dynamq. You see, back in my ideas, and they talk about Afrobeat. I can remember when Jungle came in, and they said the same thing.
Yeah, man, you know it, man.
They said the same thing, that jungle music going to take over reggae. And just a matter of time before, you know, that dropped off. Well, it didn't drop off, but it went underground even further, and reggae is still here. So Afrobeat. Yeah,
but you know, I don't think anything would ever replace dancehall reggae. Nothing would ever replace that. What I think dancehall reggae need is a good structure and a good representation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and good management. Let's be honest. Most of the artists have their wives and girlfriends and side chicks as their management. You know, being a manager is something that you gotta get somebody that's gonna deal with your business side of it good, because at the end of the day, Bridget, is a music business, you know, nothing personal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a business.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's a culture behind it, but the business part of it have to be well secure, you know. You can't I tell most of my reggae artist friends all the time, how come you're not performing in Africa? You can't fill up a stadium easily. Boy, you know, so me don't want to take them shots, you know, them little injection to go to Africa. Well, the great Bob Marley been there, Burning Spear been there, Damian Marley been there. So I don't understand what is the issue here. You know, sometimes we become our own biggest enemy, you know.
Mm-hmm. In terms of moving forward.
Yes, man, because we can tell you, like Popcorn, nobody's gonna talk about this, but Popcorn just did 2 shows in Gambia, maybe 2 months ago. 2 shows back to back on the same stadium and fill it up 2 days in a row.
Him one.
Popcorn alone. The same 2 days. That's never been done, you know. But you don't see anybody talk about that.
No.
And then people like Movado fill up the same stadium before. It's so many people go up there. Even Version, the young artist Version go to Gambia and fill up a venue. It's a lot. When Busy Signal go to Africa, everybody know what time it is. It's a murder that Busy Signal full up everywhere. You know, it's things like that people don't get to talk, and I wonder if they only count what happens in America in this industry.
Or in terms of hearing you saying that, then I'm wondering, with social media and everything else, how comes that information hasn't been flooded on the social media and on the WhatsApp and on the YouTube for people to know about these things? Because I wasn't aware of that. Just like
I think people are scared of what they don't know. People don't want to get into, oh man, we don't know about that one. Nah, brethren, it's a lot of artists doing big things. Sean Paul just hit 1 billion views on YouTube.
Okay.
That's not a milestone in reggae.
It's a big stone. That's huge.
Big.
Yeah.
That's huge. 1 million views, 1 billion, not million, 1 billion views on YouTube.
Do you think in terms of reggae artists spend a lot of time with their own personal industrial behavior amongst their one another? Because a lot of the artists and people are fighting amongst themselves just to say that I am, rather than look at the fact that I am the big one in the world and I'm doing this to give the inspiration to other artists to follow that footstep.
I think they're not exposed. I think most reggae artists when they go to America is 3 places they go: is the New York, Miami, or California. They forget about certain places, and I think people grow like that and come and say, yo, if we go to England, yeah, I'm in Birmingham and London and I'm out. They forget about places where they can go.
Is that down to the promoters though, or does the promoters need to change their mentality of how they see things?
I really wish I had the answer, but at the same time, I'm the type of person, I believe in networking.
Yeah. Okay.
You gotta have a good team around you that's gonna say, listen, Dynamq, you're coming to UK Cup Clash, UK World Clash, right? Yeah, what? You can't shut up a show at England. Just forward early. Shut up a show in Italy. Just forward early and make some links. All this is my brethrens. The brethrens that brought me down here is from Yardbeat Sound. Mm-hmm. Me and Yardbeat go way back, they took me to Japan as well. When they went to Africa, I voiced them some custom figure, burn up the place down there. So it's a relationship that we build. So anytime I come around this area, I know I have a show in Rome. And anytime they come around my area, they know they have a show around my ends, It's networking, but you can also do that on a much higher level as well, Okay. This is just me on the soundman level, but there's that next level where you can make those links and you need to have people that is willing to take risks as well. Not every show is about making money, Sometimes you have to take a pay cut and say, you know what, let me just go up here and put out my name out there. You might go up there and get one of the best shows of your life,
True. And then from there, doors will open for bigger things to happen.
Yes, man.
Let me actually go ahead. Sorry.
Once the doors open for you, man, it just leads to a next thing, because the one thing I respect so much about the European, they all work together, So when let's say Dynamq forward to Germany, and next person from France will say, yo, need a show. The next person from over here say, yeah, we need that show. They just set it up like that,
Yeah. In between America, Jamaica, in England and Europe, what do you think of the Europeans' type of dub plates and how they elevate their dub clashes and stuff like that?
They are definitely different from what we are used to, but that is what they grow up with. You can't, because they are doing excellent jobs as far as getting forward in their specific areas.
Mm-hmm.
Just because something doesn't work in your area doesn't mean it's not going to work in the next area.
That's true. That is true.
And you have to always respect that. That's why you have to always pay attention to every part of the world. Like I'm telling you right now, I was telling my brethren, Buju is the one of the most voiced artists right now,
Mm-hmm.
But I can guarantee you go to certain places, Popcorn run them place there, You go to certain places and let's say Everton Blender run those places,
Yeah.
Anytime you drop an Everton Blender, a murder. So that's just the way it is. You just have to,
Well, like you just saying that now. So if you was having a clash in any part of the world, I'm sure that you will actually check out and find out which artist is the artist for that area, and then get a special done for that area. So therefore, you don't get left out in the cold when that competition does start.
You always gotta be ready. You always have to be ready.
Gotta be ready. So come the 1st of May, can I say to the fans out there listening right now that you're ready for this?
Man, I was born ready for this, man. This is something that I was preparing even before I knew I was coming here.
Okay.
Mentally, I just knew somehow this music was gonna take me to England, and it just so happened to be now. I have to big up Muma V, and I told Muma V in like 3 years ago at World Clash in Canada. I say, enough respect for the works you're doing up there, man. You see, UK Cup Clash, you have to bring it back. She looked at me and said, "Really?" I said, "Yes, man," because that was the clash that set UK above all. Anybody that know. Everybody know that UK forward is crazy,
Yeah.
Man.
Let me ask a couple more questions before we do leave. What would it mean to you if you won the competition?
Man, crazy. It will just mean dreams do come true, and once they come true and you're living it, I'm living my dream right now, Just the fact people pay to come hear me play music, I don't take that at all for granted, I look at that like, yo, man, if you just really leave their house and pay their hard-earned money to hear me play music, you can't come up there and play fuckery, man, and winning will just mean like, yo, one you'd go through the gate, there's a next 500 more coming from Africa.
It would be a life-changing situation for you if that was to happen.
Yes, man. Life-changing situation, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not ashamed to say this. A lot of promoters go around me, but I never grudge them. No, I used to call him, I say, yo, brethren, I will pay my own plane ticket. I'll jump on the bus and just put me on the show. Let me just juggle some tune before the clash. Even though I knew some of the sounds they on the clash, you couldn't manage me. But sometimes patience is a virtue, You have to wait for your time.
That's right.
And you can't bad mind people when it's not your time.
That's
and
right.
That's
right.
When my time came, trust me, brother, I run with it.
Yeah.
I run with it.
Run with it, yes. Yeah. So, in terms of a life-changing situation, how would after winning the clash, if you did, what would you do with that title? How would you develop yourself into something? What would you do to elevate the rest of the sound system youngsters coming up in the industry?
Well, the first thing I would like to do first is definitely kind of make it whereby everybody can be a part of it. Meaning, like, keep it going. The most important thing is to keep this culture going, because without the culture, we are nothing. We have to find ways to say, look forward for our next big clash as well, because the clash is what brings us out here, and we have to find a way to connect with people all over the world. And I would like to go back home and in South Sudan, in Kenya, in all these places I grew up, Africa as a whole. Africa has something that the world hasn't really heard yet. We have some bad young selectors up there, man, that are very interested in the sound clash system, sound clash culture, the sound system culture, and we want to bring on where they can also build their own sounds, the roots of the sound system.
Do you feel that after winning, if you do win, that you could be the president of sound system as a role model, doing things for the youngsters? Do you think you could build a platform where it's all around?
I still want to do that, whether I win or lose.
Yeah.
Do that, because I am doing that at the moment. There's some youth that I'm nurturing right now, because the youths back home, they don't have access to what we do have to learn about this culture. We can't. There's still no internet back home,
Wow.
Certain places.
Okay.
So it becomes word of mouth, or certain tapes and whatnot. Now, if you don't even have electricity, the only time you get to hear certain songs is when the radio play somewhere else, you know. So it's all about. So we don't have access to those things. Those are the youths that we want to give 100% like everybody else. It's unfair. You dig me?
Yeah.
So we have to give them a clash on their level where they say, you know what, we're gonna do a clash, but let's use local music and just clash with it. You know, because I'm struggling trying to afford Buju and them. They can't even afford a $50 dub, but they do have talent. You know, just giving the opportunity and giving the class on their level, they will do it, man.
Okay. Well, all right, Dynamq. It's been great talking to you. I could just sit here and just listen to you while you go on about the places and the areas you've been covering and things back home and the stories of development and all sort of stuff right now. But the main event is on the 1st of May, and that ain't too far away right now. And I just want to say thank you for finding the time to talk to me today.
Man, respect.
Yeah, a lot of fans have been waiting, patient for you. And I hope that on that day will be a good day for you. Whether win or lose, you're still a champion amongst many of the nominees for the last event, the World Clash the End for IrishandChin.com. Brother, may I say bless you, guidance, and all the love. Any last words before you go?
Well, I'm looking forward to this, man. This is a night I've been looking forward to for so many years. But just come out, man. Come out and enjoy yourself, man.
Yeah, man. On that note, I want to say thank you very much for your time. And I'll see you on the 1st of May, 2022, O2 Arena. All right, brother. Little more. Respect to yourself. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
all right, little more. All right.
We're gonna kill your sound if it takes all night. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? That's we're gonna kill your sound if it takes all night. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Wicked, man, show the idea.
SkylineRadio.org.uk this Sunday afternoon here right now. 60 minutes to go before 2 o'clock, and we just heard the sounds of Dynamq, and he'll be part of that explosion next week Sunday at the O2 Arena in Birmingham. The end of the World Clash for IrishandChin.com. What a conversation we had this afternoon.
Yo, kick it like a ball and let them fall like the elephant fall. Burn them then again. Yo, Rastafari. Yo, one for them sound boy, you know, man. Yo, hey, what I know? Well, sound boy dead and gone. Far, far away. Well, we go leave them with the plate. Send them a cemetery to stay. Can't play no good tune, them can't empty a flip. Round about them just a jump, round about them just a skip. Yes, a friend of company, them go follow me get the tip. Then want me to the other, then them big keep. Keep the dust them clean and shine and crisp. Yeah, well we see say that this, them and this. Okay then, them unloyal to them no royal. Gone, far, far away. Can't play no good tune, them can't empty a flip. tip. Yes, a friend of company, them go follow me get the tip. Then go back to the other, then them go keep. Keep the dust them clean and shine and crisp. Yeah, well we see say that this them and this. Okay then, them unloyal to them no royal. Gone far, far away. Well we go leave them with blow steel. Send them a graveyard to stay. Yo, kill them in the hot, go kill them in the night. And them no side that them wrong, and them no side that we right. And to royal is no more than a for life. So on why when you ready to put up a fight, we'll keep it royal and we'll keep it fight. Yeah, Rastafari.